So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to get to know me. You want to know what is my problem. So, once again, I'm going to share my problem. Ladies and gentlemen, as a person that bleeds, that has a heart, a brain cell, organs, living tissue, I'm just like you. I can feel emotions, I can feel pain, I can feel distress, I can feel happy, I can feel joy and all these things. I'm not a robot, and I'm definitely not perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out why the ongoing harassment would never stop on this channel for the stupidest reasons. And this person said it himself. Why he's so antagonizing me. He's antagonizing me because, one, he feels like he is my father. He feels like he's my sibling or my parent. He feels like he's entitled to tell anyone, including you and me, what to do because he has it all. But from his writing ability, doesn't seem that way, does it? But let's continue. But I just want to share something, okay? Read it. What does he say? He's fixated on the homelessness for 5 years. I'm like, wait, you fixated just for that, but what about the other 42 years of my life? First you say you know me, and now it's only 5 years. You keep changing your stories, you keep changing your perspective and narratives. I'm going to give you your airtime so people can see how much of an imbecile you are. But people, this is not about him. This is about me. He said it himself. He keeps saying this because you've been homeless for 5 years and blah, 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 blah. There's people that have been homeless for 15, 25 years. I don't see you harassing them for being very unpunctual and very to the point where they went into chronic homelessness there. You see that? 15, 20 years is chronic homeless stage. I'm not even near that, bro. You're comparing me to someone that's been on the streets for maybe most of their lives. But you won't attack their Instagram if they had an Instagram. No, you come here. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's my problem. The problem is, when I was working for the state of Wisconsin, it was problematic. It made me feel that no one appreciated good penmanship, good work ethics, or good employee. This is why I was nominated Employee of the Month twice. But, we ran into a problem with doing that. The problem with doing that was being an employee 2 times a month was this guy named John P. Haheda was harassing me because I wouldn't give him a cigarette. And I said, no, this is for the people that check in. You have a job, you work for the state, I'm giving these out. He got upset. So he started antagonizing me. You sound just like that person. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you why I'm in my stages at this moment. I wait till the train passes because I don't have my wireless microphone. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm using the Wi-Fi and the subway. The reason why we are chronicle homeless is because we gambled through the pandemic. See, what you have to understand about my videos is you have to pay attention. One day, during the pandemic, you guys, oh wow, he's living it up during the pandemic. I'm helping other people and paying for their hostels and their hospitality fees on top of mine and sharing during the hostel, mind you, during the pandemic. During that pandemic, we went to where we called a timeout. We stopped spending money. Right at the queue when the second lockdown happened, No one was working. No one was doing anything. We were in San Francisco at this time. This is what, October, November. We were already in San Francisco. We went from Wisconsin in April to Vancouver, Vancouver to Portland. We stopped in Seattle for a day, went to Portland. We stayed in Portland from May into September. And between that time, everybody, which is on this channel, you see me give to you with no questions asked. When these guys wanted to have, yo, Panda, yo, I need help with the hustle. I want to stay, man. I don't want to be out in the streets in Portland. And no one wanted to be out in the streets of Portland. But here's my problem, ladies and gentlemen. My problem is trust. I can't trust the people I can work with. I can't trust the people that I'm around with anymore. I can't trust my past. This is why when I came back to New York City in late 2021, we were robbed for a passport and all my paperwork, all gone. Do you understand what that is? When your paperwork, passports, ID, birth certificate, social security number, all fucking gone, you have to start over. Ladies and gentlemen, it took me 2 years to retain a passport. 2 years. We had 2022, 2023. I just received mind you, we received all our paperwork. Naturalization certificate, that was the pain in the ass to get. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to get these things, you have to provide proof of who you are. Unfortunately, we have parents, foster parents, that are stubborn, that had my paperwork and did not respond to my email until fucking years late, mind you, a year and 2 months later, because they're not talking to me. You can say I'm disowned. It has nothing to do with financial. It has nothing to do with what my choices were. It has nothing to do with between us personally. That's what people don't understand. It's on my channel. So stop believing the nonsense. That's why I can't get my shit together. The mental stress you give me. Ladies and gentlemen, I lost someone right during that time through the pandemic. I lost someone during the pandemic. Not just one person, two. I lost my best friend and I lost E. You want me to be stable. You want me to just act like everything is going to be fine. That's not possible for me as a black man that finally got what he always dreamed of. And it was taken away by a bunch of fucking thugs. And you wonder why I'm the way I am now. Sometimes I'm stable, sometimes happy. But the one thing that no one can ever say is that I was never given. I'm always given. Even in these hard times, I'm still given. It's in my blood to give. It's in my right way. Because people gave me a chance that were not even American citizens. Oh, my panda, bro. So for the record, ladies and gentlemen, you know what my problem is? My problem is not about getting a job. My problem is that no one wants someone as smart ass as me. Let's be real about me. I'm a smart ass. I don't tolerate nonsense. I tell people the way it is. Simple as that. People don't like it? Hey, take it with a grain of salt, bro. Or ma'am. But the facts is the facts. Especially when people think they know everything. I have to tell another black dude that I've been recently been like, I see him every seasonal, you know? He doesn't hang out in the winter in Long Island City. He hides somewhere. But he was talking about he's working for this moving company and then he's working for Burger King. He quit his job to ask me, to ask me how I can be a photographer. I was like, bro, I'm not making the money like I used to make. See, the thing is, there's a thing called AI, and it's ruining photographers and filmmakers' careers. it's literally causing problems for mostly creative art or illustrator, Photoshop artists and photographers. It's literally destroying us. So to make money in this, first and foremost, you need an LLC. He's like, do I really need that? I was like, see, this is why you can't be in business. Because if you ask that type of question, and it's just like you guys, you sit here and you make fun of me, not realizing that I'm just like you. But here's my problem, everybody. No one wants to work with someone that has, mind you, people look at my resume, why do you want to work here? Every time, I swear to you, why do you want to work here? Why? No employer, no HR representative should be asking that question at an interview. Someone asks that question, they just fill it in, and they don't know how to actually ask a question. Because right there and there, that's discrimination. Read the EEOC guidelines, if you're American, if you could read that. But no one knew about an EEOC. See, and then when I won my EEOC and got a little check in the mail in 2023, we paid all of our debt off. Well, we paid most of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a medical bill from when I had surgery on my face and my eye. See, I was also a victim of a hate crime while I was in Milwaukee. Some of you are hearing this story that, you may have heard the story from a bunch of other, let's say, uncooperative people in the audience. No, I was on a Milwaukee city bus for the very first time in my entire life. I lived in Wisconsin, in Madison, Wisconsin. I've been on that bus, but I'd never been on a Milwaukee bus. I was in Milwaukee, paying my respects to E's family, and staying at my friend Bob's place. But I decided that I wanted to live in Milwaukee, so I asked him, yes, talk to your landlord together and make agreement. So I moved in. What do you think I get? Yeah, I moved in with the money that I still had from all the same. Yeah, that's right. You forgot about that timeout period. I said it when we were in San Francisco, right? Just go back. Remember I said we had a timeout period from spending? We were trying to be cheap as fuck. Yes, we had support, but the money was supposed to be for a reason. And guess what? When I went back to Milwaukee, I was, mind you, first and foremost, just step back a little bit. When I was able to get back to Milwaukee and stay, we were able to find out what happened to E, because no one wouldn't tell me anything. They just said, she got into a fight. That wasn't the case. People were telling me this and people were telling me that. I had to hear it from the prosecutor himself. And this is why her family was keeping me sheltered. Yeah, I got attacked. On the day I was supposed to go to the COVID center place, yeah, that's where I got my face burned. But people forgot also, during 2023, right, we came back to New York. Where were we before that? Where were we before that in 2023? And remember, I just want people to remember something. What I said earlier. We were robbed. So, in order to get everything that we needed, everybody, I had to be patient and let the guardians decide to check the email. If they want to give me my goddamn nurse's certificate, which is called a birth certificate in the United States, and all my goddamn medical paperwork so I can prove who the fuck I am. Do you guys understand how long it took? Guys, I did not have any verification ID at all. If I wanted to go inside a bar, even though I'm fucking in my 40s, did you know I have to show proof in New York City? If I was a cigarette smoker, did you know I have to show proof of ID or alcohol? Because they scan your ID or they check your passport. Yeah. They take your New York City ID, they scan it with the barcode machine in the back to see it's valid. That's what they do. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what my problem was? My problem was, it took longer than expected. I didn't ask for all this nonsense. And then when we finally got it, we started getting work. And then when we start getting work, I get fucking swatted by the very people that watch this channel that want to disagree. But people don't want to know about my tragedy. Not to fucking spend that I spend on you, the people. And then now it's my turn to ask for a favor back. It's a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I have shown proof that I spent over $50,000 on people during the pandemic. I showed you my tax forms on this channel. I show you every single receipt, and I still have them. All of it. Even a hostel in Northwest Portland hostel can vouch for that. Because technically, I wasn't supposed to buy anyone, and secondly, no one was supposed to stay there for no more than 30 days. But we were able to stay there for more than 30 days. I could have afforded it, but not everybody else could have. Guys, before I left that place, I was the only person left from the pandemic circle. And Jim was like, it's so sad. Jim, everybody wanted, everybody that left already, the only people that was sad was the staff. You should come work for us, man. They're like, no, I can't live here. It's not I like to travel. I got to take photos. I like that job. I like to work every other place. I like to bounce off. But people don't want to listen to my story. So you can call me a bum all you want, folks. At least I ain't no fucking drug addict, no drunk, no chronic bum-ass nigga on the street. I look better than most people. I stay clean. I stay sharp. I got my head on my shoulder. I'm constantly reading books. I'm constantly educating myself. And I am bilingual. So what the fuck else do you want? I got no fucking criminal record, and you guys are trying to give me a criminal record. Good job. Yeah, let's talk about that swatting situation. Did you know people die because people do that kind of thing? The last person, well, not the last person, but recently, there was a grandma that was trying to raise money for her grandson's cancer. Someone thought it would be cute to swat her. In the last swat before that, they talk about how the last swatting incident got an innocent man killed because that gamer thought that other gamer's address was this address, which it was in the past, but he gave an address down to a new resident that lives there, and that man that was a father of two was killed by SWAT because you, on the other hand, swatted. So I don't care what you have to say about me to the public or whoever. I don't care who watches. I don't care if the more hostels watches this. I don't care if any hostel in New York watches this. As a former volunteer and participant of the hostel community, let's be real about that. Right, Yuki? We've been met high in the past and all these other hostels. This is why we know these hostels. Yuki and I traveled to these places. Yeah, we could have stayed at Hilton's, and which we do if corporate is paying for it. Or my job is paying for it. I don't stay at the Hilton. No. Yes, you may have seen me stay at the Hilton before during the pandemic because I was hired to do a job in Portland during the pandemic. This is why we went to Portland and we decided to stay in Portland because we got a little side job to do in Portland. It was a state-related issue, yes, but I can't talk about it because I already signed the document. So, yeah, that's what happens when you get contracted jobs like that. Oh, you wouldn't know about that because you don't have any skill sets. But mind you, everybody, I have a skill set. But right now, when working with people, I just feel like people talk about you. People talk about me and they look at me and they see there's no teeth. Yeah, I had dentures. If you watch my channel, you see I was wearing dentures on my videos. Those guys are really fucking annoying to wear. Steve Harvey and his buck-ass teeth. Seriously. This is why I miss the dentures that I got when mind you, that I received from Japan. They felt very nice in my mouth. They weren't big. It was nice and, yeah. And I spent quite the money on it. And now, everybody, I can't afford it. I can't afford to buy new teeth. So you can make as many fucking jokes or whatever you can. You won't find no stretch marks, no needle marks, no drug marks on my body. Hell no. You won't find it. Trust me. Abuse, human abuse, snowboard abuse, New York City abuse. Yeah, you find that, but you won't find no needles. No drugs over here, ladies and gentlemen. People wanted to try to distract you from my primary goals. My primary goal here is to tell you the truth and be transparent. This is why I don't want nothing to do with my past. All these rollerblades in the past, I think I'm done. After what we did for them last year and the year before, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched last year's videos, we were working and we were putting money into someone else's fucking event, and this person got the nerve to try to attack me. This guy named Christian Page. Mind you, he's another deadbeat. This is why everyone for Go Sports, I heard, kicked you out. Good. Because this guy literally, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you how this started. First of all, this started between him and a friend of mine that's still a friend named Jay. Jay was also financially supporting him. So Jay asked me for help. I was like, for what? He's like, yeah, man, the skate giveaway. I was like, what do you want me to do? He's like, you used to be a rollerblade. Do your magic, man. Contact some reps. Try to see if they want to sponsor. I was like, I see what I can do, but I'm not doing this for Christopher. I'm doing this just because you asked me. He didn't ask me. He was too fucking scared to ask. So I would start contacting reps that I know. They said some of them don't even work for the skate industry anymore. Some of them don't even work for the skate industry anymore. So I contacted my last resource from K2. Peter gave me a new number to Sarah. Sarah's like, I think I remember you. I was like, okay. She's like, you're that black rollerblader with the Japanese family thing, right? They're from Kifi. Because everybody knows the word Kifi. That's my French name. So, yeah. So everybody knows. Like I said, she gave me some skates. I waited till after his skate event to give away those skates. There was a reason why. See, this guy has a reputation of stealing skate parts and selling it. Because he has a drug, mind you, let's be honest, you got a marijuana habit, bro. And a lot of you cannot control your marijuana consumption. That's so sad. So sad. I'm telling you. You guys are pathetic. You let marijuana decide and dictate your lives? That's sad. Yes, I consume cannabis from time to time, edibles and, yeah, mostly edibles and, yeah, if you got nice flower, I might choke it, but just give me some edibles. Because, my back and shit, because it has a lot of CBD. I like the edibles because that's CBD. But make sure they have no pork lard or, yeah, get the vegan gummies, all right? Anyway, like I said, everyone, he has a marijuana consumption problem. And then I heard from another blader and another blader and another blader that you owe rent. See, and then you never paid that rent. And this is why I was trying to keep my distance from this guy. Because I knew he was bad news from the very start. I heard, like I said, I got more I don't want to share. But financially, I supported his event. It's called the ABC Skate Giveaway. He did not financially support a goddamn thing. He didn't buy the food. He didn't prepare the food. He didn't buy the drinks. He didn't pay for the storage. Mind you, we paid for this, Jay, his wife, we paid for a storage to store the skates and all the event stuff. Yeah, we paid for another storage. Yeah, we paid for storage. My storage. I say, yo, dude, this shit is expensive, man. He think this is gonna, so he was gonna rely on you, Jay, to stash these in your apartment? Did he know a New York City apartment is basically a 10 by 12? Yeah, so he had no place to stash it. So basically he was using Jay as a storage, and then Jay asked me, hey, do you want to collab? I pay for a storage if you want to help me with a storage. I was like, even better. I already I can put all that stuff in, so I make room. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I do things on this channel, it's not to impress you. It's to show you what I normally do on a normal basis. I don't have to donate food to the community kitchen once someone gives me food. I can literally deny a request. Like, say a restaurant texts me on Instagram, hey Panda, we got some food, but I know you're a vegan. Hey, we got some food. I still come and go get it. You want to see proof? Okay. Where's the pizza? Where's the pizza video? Hold on, where's my pizza video? Sometimes I do even better. I make food for some people. David Thompson says everyone.
Now, this is how you make a vegan home-fried potato with vegan cheese. Look at that. Look at the crispy and bubble. But guess what? We're not done. We're gonna add some sauce.
We have a job, stupid.
Yeah, and some parsley.
But yeah, you forgot that part. So we do things like that. We make Korean fried chicken for the homeless. When I have it, I have it. I don't have to do that, everybody. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I have an income. I have a job. But people think just because you have a job, they think you can automatically stop paying rent in New York City. Really? Can you afford a 3,100 or 30? All right, that's what you get. For 3,300 or 3,500. You want a one bedroom? You want a two bedroom? You might get it for $4,000. You might get it for $4,000 if you're lucky. But ladies and gentlemen, you know how much my rent is? I had to give up my whole check. First, my check went to cover fucking insurance interest on it. Like, like I said, everyone, I had no choice to give them the money because that interest rate was hurting me even more. Then on top of that, they're charging me every 2 weeks, 3 times if I miss a payment. So there's no way around it. This is Cash App because I borrowed the money. In order to borrow money, everybody, you had to have in order to borrow money from Cash App, you had to have some type of income that was coming in direct deposit from a job. And mind you, it's based on how much you get. Let's say my check was $1,600, right? And if you get $1,600, right, you already achieved, mind you, they got these reward plan thingies when you achieve your goals. Let's say they say, oh, if you deposit $500 this month, you get extra bonus to borrow more money. So over time for months, that mind you, built it up. I was able to borrow a lot of money for my defense when I got arrested on a false charge, which we got dismissed within 30 days of having it, everybody. 30 days. Mind you, we went to court, I didn't have to say a word. I let the judge saw the videos and everything and apologize. The courts apologized. I even showed you guys the letter of apology from the courts. Come on, man. I should have never been arrested. But you know what my problem is, everybody? People. Trust. Disloyal. People not listening. People don't want to listen. People pretend they listening, but they don't want to listen. They're not listening. People pretend that they got the answer when they can't even fucking spell the word suing. S-U-I-N-G, not S-U-E-I-N-G. Like I said, everyone, I got a lot of dislike, hate And it started from, remind you, this came from, and it always started, it seemed like it started from invisible people, but because ever since I was on that YouTube channel, which the video is taken down, by the way, because I requested it, because it only caused more problems than good. I never achieved my goal and raised the funds that I needed. So, and that's the funny thing about that, is that if you look at the invisible people's GoFundMes for each other person, they were able to raise their goals, but I wasn't able to raise my goal, which I thought that was very weird and suspicious. Yeah, I thought it was suspicious. I was like, wait, this homeless man was able to raise $100,000 and I was only able to raise, what? Guys, I was only able to raise $5,000. $2,000 came from my Canadian neighbor because he owed me money. Like I said, a lot of people owe me money. So I got a donation from my Canadian neighbor. He gave me $2,000. He says, I'm sorry, Panda, I'm so late. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were in a critical state. That's when we took that money, started trying to get that passport and shit back. This is when we had a GoFundMe and Invisible People. But that video went the opposite direction. It was negative. People was like, oh, he's a crackhead. Look at his teeth. Look at his teeth. He does drugs. Look at him. Ew. Yeah, he's a fucking liar. He's gonna get all that money. He's gonna do all the drugs. Yeah, I was accused of being a drug addict. Yeah, I'm gonna take all that money and buy some drugs. That's what most of the comments were. Some of them were good, some were bad. People's like, he ain't no social work. No way, man. You look at him. He looks like a crackhead. I know. And then people started making false assumptions about, like, oh, I know him personally. You do not know me. They weren't even listening to the video. How you name me another person's name when I already told you? He explained who I was. And this is when, in the comments, it didn't make any fucking sense. Why are they naming me someone else and I literally reset my name like 5 times in the video, bro? What is wrong with people? But they want to call me what was it? His real name is, what was it? The real name was Henry. I was like, do I look like a Henry? Nah, I don't look like a Henry. Everyone kept saying these false names, these false accusements. But the drug ones stick harder than any one of those accusements. The drug claims stuck so hard that people actually believed it. And this is why I never was able to raise my funds. So we had to fucking do what we had to do. Mind you, we had to bend the rules a little bit. I even started doing my photography, walking around, showing people my work, trying to get jobs, selling prints, try to sell prints. In 2022, I sold 14 prints. 2023, I sold only 7 prints. 2024, no prints. 2025, no prints. This year, no prints yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I describe my homelessness, I don't care what you have to say in the comments. You can tease me, you can make fun of me, but I still dress, talk, and punctual. And I believe I'm better than what you believed me to be, because whatever you have this fixation that you want me to be, it's never going to happen. You're mad because I'm talented. I've already proven that. You're mad because you have no skills and you have nothing to show for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, people are mad. I got hobbies. Whoa, why is it not zooming? See, I got hobbies. You want to see that again? That was fresh, wasn't it? That was so clean, wasn't it? That was so fresh, wasn't it? You let's play that one more time. Ooh. I'm 47, still rollerblading like I'm in my fucking 20s. Yes, I got some problems with my health, but that's a problem with your, this is why we debunk your claims about the drug use. If I was such much of the drug, I wouldn't be able to still do the things that I can do at 47, bro. I wouldn't be able to do that. That's a very complicated, you gotta bend your feet, your ankles, you gotta grab it at the right cue, you gotta twist that ankle, and when you get older, your ankles ain't 22 anymore. So let's be real about who's actually doing something positive and who's doing something negative. Your boy over here tears up the streets on those skates. And I'm 47. And what are you doing? You can never prove it, can you? Hiding in the shadows, hiding in behind these anonymous bullshit emails, which are not really anonymous because mind you, all this is being forwarded to local law enforcement. All your bullshit, I'm filing claims on all of this nonsense. I don't care, it takes 10 years. Like I just said, I want to see you do that. I want to see you jump. No. I want to see you do this, bro. It would take you fucking 20 years for your dumb ass to try to learn how to jump over a goddamn construction pillar. You don't got no jump skills. You got no body strength, no leg strength, no mid strength. You don't got no upper strength either. Especially up there in that brain of yours. So people, you know what my problem is? You won't listen. You just refuse to. So I just gotta literally tell the story. But I gotta have to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say about my current status. I don't care. I'm not here to look pretty for people. I'm here to survive. Not to look fucking gorgeous. The fuck? Oh, I need to look pretty just to like go out for a fucking $10 fucking meal? Get out of here. I'm gonna pick up a fucking meal. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat that. I'm not going outside to look pretty like most people do. People fucking people do the ridiculous things. But you wanna judge me for trying to survive. Okay. You guys wanna make these claims that I'm a drug addict, drug user. Now those same drug use claims are gone, right? They're gone. Because guess what? We debunked everything that you guys think you knew. Like someone trying to say, oh, I like Alex Bailey. Well, his name is Alex Hankey. He's a 4-time convicted felon. I'd already showed what he did. He should not be around children. Just fair warning, ladies and gentlemen. That man should not be around children, but that man got another come on my Instagram and my YouTube channel and try to recruit me to help him scam you. Oh yeah, you forgot that he tried to recruit me. Somebody, Panda, you want to make some real money? I still have the Instagram chat. That's why, Alex, you just told yourself on me. Remember, you told me on your. You just told on yourself to me, and I forwarded that to the right agencies. Then he want to change his last name to Bailey now. It was Hankey then Bailey. Now it's Bailey on Instagram, or make affiliated marketing with Alex. Shit like that. But mind you, he's a 4-time convicted felon for a reason. For a reason. You think I want to go into business with a 4-time convicted felon? You think, wait, a felon's hiring me? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to try to hire me to scam people. Mind you, he stole $700 from an old woman using Google's old service, which is the Google Pay Me service, friend and family. Why would, if you're paying for a service, it should be for a service, not friends and family. He's telling this old woman, yes, send their friends and families. Because you know why? Because the charges cannot be reversed. If it's services, it could be reversed. But since it's friends and family, it cannot be reversed, and there's nothing Google can or could do. But it came out on multiple people's radar. But mind you, you guys were listening to him. He was spreading that false rumor about the drug consumption again in 2023 when we were at Park House. He was like, yeah, Panda does blow, and I shoot up in the bathroom. Like, really? I'm looking at my arms like, what the fuck do you see? Wait, let me find that hole you talking about. Give me like, I don't know, a lifetime to find it, because you're not gonna find it. Yeah, he was making these claims on the channel. You guys would believe in that. This all animal love 99. She followed the whole procedure too. She was in it, causing damage to my reputation as a photographer and as a human being. You don't make claims like that if you don't have proof. I say, show me proof you're not done any fucking drug other than marijuana consumption. Get the fuck out of here. No way, man. This is like, and that's when I was like, it's happening again. Why is everyone fixated with the drug thing? Now it's this guy, it's the same guy. Now his routine is like, oh, you've been homeless for 5 years. You're saying the same shit over and over again. First, 2 years ago, it was, you've been homeless for 3 years now. You should got a job by now. I was like, this is when the pandemic just literally let its grip off of America. This is 2024, ladies and gentlemen. 2023, things just brighten out. I did 3 weddings that year. Did you know that? That summer, we were upstate New York. We were in New Jersey twice, because that's where the weddings were. Want to see the proof? Go to my Instagram or my Facebook or my website. There are the weather photos up there. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we made money that year, and we did the smart thing. We spent and saved the money up for the winter, because the winter is the most hardest and difficulties in the city. We're not going to splurge. We're not going to buy dumb shit. I'm with the latest Jordans. Dude, you see my shoes right here? You see these shoes? I got them at a vintage store for $25, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not buying no fucking $200 shoes. Get out of here. Man, you eat a bag of dicks on that one. I'm not spending money like that. See, people want to make this assumption that I spend money on stupid things. No, we save money because we need to. Right now, I got this stupid brand new tripod from this company, and I'm trying to get them to respond back to me, and it happened in 3 weeks, so I want to sell it. I need some money today. Why? So I don't have to use, where's that fucking damn thing? So I don't have to use this shit. Wi-Fi. Hold on, let me wipe you guys down. There's a smirk on the camera. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what you have to say about me. At least I'm telling you and being transparent about everything I'm doing. I don't care. I'm not trying to be cool. I'm trying to survive. Fuck trying to be all cool and shit. I'm trying to survive. That's more important than trying to get some cute chick on a train. You see, like, yeah, baby, look at me, baby. You don't see bum ass niggas do that shit too. But you don't see me doing that. Like, yo, what's up, mommy? Ain't no girl in New York City can be like the women I had. Sorry, you cannot be like E, Yuki, Uma, she's Korean, Jui. No. No. All you New York girls, you would never touch me. My heart has been broken. And here's another thing. I don't want to be broken again. I don't want to break someone else's heart. I don't want to make promise to some girl, like, if she thinks I'm cute and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell her the truth. I appreciate it, and this has happened multiple times. Yes, when we did get money from time to time, we were a little stable. Yeah, we went on a few dates. Yeah, we went on a few dates, if you guys want to see that. Oh, yeah, you guys do want to see that, do you? Huh? I went on a couple of dates while we were out here in New York City. Yeah, I like Asian women, so fuck you. So go eat a bag of dicks, bro. But I just want to tell people one thing. I don't care. I don't care if you're watching this video and you think it's not very, very important. It is, to me, important because I get a lot of bad rep on my name. I'm the Panda Photographer, but I ain't no fucking bum and I ain't no lazy fucking bullshit slouch. I get up at 5 o'clock every day to hustle. You don't believe me? Well, you should watch my videos. You should watch my Instagram. You should follow me more often on my Instagram so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm uploading. See, and that is the damaging part about all these claims. Because most of the content on Instagram, I wait to put on YouTube months later in a log. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just being very transparent about everything. You should be grateful for that. But people don't want. I'm trying to be a famous YouTuber. I don't want to be a famous YouTuber. And here's the problem why I don't want to be a famous person. The consequences of people coming out the woodworks and making these false claims, and you got to do settlements, or you got to spend money to debunk these claims. Like, people are going to say bullshit like, oh yeah, I used to skate with him, and you skate me. You owe me money then. This is why every time a rollerblader said they used to skate with me, and so I said, then you owe me money. Right, Lil Brian? I'm going to get them every time. You say, oh yeah, I'm your friend. Yeah? Yeah, every single person in rollerblade borrowed money from me, so you owe me money. That's why I can say bladers. You guys were broke back then. Some of those rollerblades, we had it good. But some of us didn't have it good, and that's where we hang out with some people. I'm not going to say names. Rest in peace to all the fellow rollerbladers. And that's who the love goes to. Not to you guys because you guys are milking their names still, to this day. Milking it. Every year, milking it. Your one-time cash grab. This is why I don't want to talk to rollerbladers. I just skate by myself. I see you. But don't ever say you respect me, because you don't. Because none of you came to my hospital bed during the cancer recovery or the cancer surgery. Not one of you came. Not one of you supported. I had some rollerblader. She's from Petty. She's a lesbian. She donated. Chrome donated. Some skater girl named Santiago. Piff donated. Lord Brian. Yeah. What other rollerblader donated? I had the Court Square Pizza donated. I had the manager of Starbucks donated. Had Charles donate because he has 2 puppies. These are people that you don't know. Yeah. Who else donated? Maven Filters. Who else? Yeah. But what was the other skaters? So-called, let's call them out by their name, Jesus. I mean, that's what, his name. Like, yeah, he got my back. He didn't have my back. That's why Jay was like, I don't know what happened, bro. You just stop talking, communicating. I said, see, because he's full of shit. Like, they did the same thing they did when we had Underground, bro. When we were in a problem with the landlord in Underground, none of the rollerbladers came to B Unique's aid, but they wanted to skate for free. So the issue with that, ladies and gentlemen, that story was, let me tell you real fast. The landlord was in dispute with another landlord, and they were fighting over the property, and we had to move out on something just like that, even though our rent was very expensive, and we actually didn't care. But when we moved out, when they told us to move out, they expect us to just, destroy all the ramps and stuff. And I was like, well, it takes time and weeks to get that done, man. Like, it takes time to get that done. Like, just because they had it, like I said, the landlord had an issue with another landlord, they were disputing, and the tenants of us had to leave. That was the issue, and it was just too much anyway. But anyway, it was too much money anyway, because it was kept overcharged anyway. But like I said, everyone, these are the same rollerbladers that never came to Unique's defense, but they needed help to save the skate park. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Same fucking people. So with that said, everyone, you want to know who I am? Yes, I ask for donations when I need help, because right now I could use community affairs. A community hand is always a better hand than a corrupt city government hand. I say this because people are forgetting a very important part of what is going on and what is about to take place in New York City. NYCHA, the biggest housing property management in New York City. Yes, NYCHA is the biggest property owner in New York City. It owns most properties in New York City. They're about to evict 12,000 people on the streets this summer and this fall because they misprojected the budget for the voucher programs. Yeah, 4.5 years they miscalculated. So 12,000 people is going to be affected. Within those 12,000 people, only a very few hundred are going to be rehoused and relocated. But the rest, you're on your own. So people, you need to be paying attention. If you're on a housing coupon, or if you're on a housing voucher, and it doesn't have to be for NYCHA. It could be from your third party social worker from working with another agency. Where you think they get these? They have to communicate with a source to get these vouchers. So you might be on that voucher list. And mind you, that's 12,000 people. That's a lot of people. So don't blame me if I'm living in a hotel and a hostel and sometimes I have to stay out on the street, because sometimes I just don't get the support. So I just have to do what I necessarily have to do. And people want to make fun of that? You want to make fun of me surviving. Guys, I have mountain tier class 3 level mountain tier certification. That's why I go to Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver a lot. Go to the mountain ranges in Wisconsin, man. What do you think I'm doing? I'm hiking, I'm fishing, I'm doing all the cool things that people should be doing. Yes, I know how to fish. Black men know how to fish. You never heard of that before? Jesus. But ladies and gentlemen, people want to pick on me. People want to pick on the fact that I'm trying to survive. And then I don't want any job. See, we did the any job before, and guess what that led me into? Me getting robbed. Mind you, remember in 2020 we had a short Uber Eats moment where every time we went on an Uber Eats, people would start robbing people. Oh no. I was like, nah, man, I can't do that. No. That means someone see me with an Uber Eats when I get robbed. Even today, it's even worse. I'm not driving a scooter in the streets of New York. They're just too dangerous, and I don't have that money. I don't have money. I'm not buying no fuckers. I already got a bike. I need to fix the bike chain again. Yeah, see, and this is a warning about buying a bike over Amazon. Don't buy a bike over Amazon. I learned a lesson, Michael. Yeah, Michael. If you're watching this, buddy, you know that bike we bought? Well, that bike is, this is why it only costs that, this is why that bike was so cheap. Even though it was 100 and what, 80, it was 100, total was like 210, 211 to ship it, because it came in a box and everything, even though I had to fucking reassemble the other parts still, but, yeah, shit got rusted, and mind you, it wasn't even directly outside. It just caught moisture and it got rusted. Just for the moisture. I'm like, cheap paint, cheap iron dyes. They didn't even really, the whole process, I'm still going to ride it, but I need to fix that goddamn chain mechanism. The gear thing, it's just like, it keeps breaking. Mind you, just got it fixed last year twice because it kept just like popping out of gear when I switched gears. It just, And the guy was like, hey man, I sell you one, but I was like, listen, I don't got that kind of money right now. And you trying to jack me. You want me to pay, what is it, $150 for this stuff with the rim? I don't need a tire. It was just the spokes in the rim and the, I was like, get the hell out of here. How many inches is that? Is that a 22 or 23? Because you got to buy the inch by the height of the bike. Yeah. Fuck, man. Expensive. See, I don't have that money. So I'm going to have to do the best way I can to get this bike fixed the best I can. And listen, if I see a spare part on the streets, which I still have not yet, because I just don't want, I see a lot of bikes on the street chained up, but I'm no thief. I just want to see the bike part out in the street and say, oh, if it's out and it's not chained up, I'm going to take that spare part, but I haven't seen it yet because I can't afford it. So I'm going to be patient and wait. Someone's going to leave a part like that behind one day. I'm pretty sure. This is New York. But I just want to share, everybody. If you want to get to know me, this is me. Yes, I don't have a lot of money. And yes, if you're going to ask me this question, what happened, man? You fell off or something? Like, no. Depression, mental health problems, lost someone, lost my best friend. I miss E. I'm telling you, if E was here in New York City with me right now, she'd be probably saying, I want to go back to Wisconsin. This is too crazy. She would like the lights and everything, but she won't like the people. Guys are too violent. So with that said, everyone, I don't have nothing to do. I don't want to go back to that hotel right now. I just don't want to deal with the headaches. And yeah, this guy was like, oh, you at the Bedford-Stuyvesant Hotel. I was like, Bedford-Stuyvesant Hotel? That sounds like a crack house. That just sounds like a crack house. Just because I said I'm in Bedford-Stuyvesant doesn't mean I'm in some Bedford-Stuyvesant. Yeah, that sounds like a rare house. This guy is desperate. Yeah, that jackass. He's so desperate. That guy's so desperate. He just wants attention. This guy wants attention, everybody. See how he said I've been homeless for 5 years? But I'm trying to make a point. There are hundreds of people that have been chronic homeless for over 20 years. And you are not bothering them. So what's your deal? Like I said, he doesn't have a deal. He doesn't know what his argument is. First he calls me a drug deal user. Now, then he calls me other than that. Then we debunk his claim that he's from New York because no one says the Long Island City PK Police Department. There's no fucking such thing as that. It's an NYPD. And we got things called precincts based on areas. Not just because I'm in Queens or Long Island City. See, this is when you know someone's not from New York. Because Long Island City is it's not a fucking borough. That's how fucking inconsistent his stories are. So yeah, I've been doxxed, I've been swatted. I had to switch places recently a couple of days ago, everybody. You missed that. Yeah, I was pissed over the weekend. Woo! I was fucking heated. I had to mind you, leave because this is not the first time it has happened. It's not the first time. Now the hotel's getting the hotel's getting emails and harassment emails. It's just fucking ridiculous. So now he is going to be pressing charges against the people that are sending these emails. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's pissed off. And I'm telling you, and I'm just telling people, you're fucking with the wrong people, man. I'm fucking with good people. And you're trying to fuck with these good people. And these good people got good-ass lawyers. So stop it. Like Maven Filters, he contacted one of the sponsors for this channel, everybody. Oh yeah, if you guys want to know, Maven Filters is Michael the Maven. He's a photographer, educator, and he's such an influencer. And he's one of my mentors and a good friend, right? And what he does outreach services for global prevention. What he goes out, him and his team, the Red Lightning team, they have a website, redlightning.org. You could go to and support if you want to help out in Hawaii recovery, food dispensaries in Africa. Join the team, everybody. So, yeah. But he's a photographer. He educates. He used to make tons of these tutorial videos about your camera. It could be not any specific camera, but there's a lot of cameras he did reviews on. He went the ins and outs. He show you about burst, speed, and everything. He's a very good guy, smart, intelligent, and he made this company called Maven Filters. But before that, he had another company. He maybe sampled his products before. Mind you, I knew this guy for years. But these trolls are trying to tell Michael that I'm this, I'm that. Michael knows what the hell I just went through. Michael knew me for over, since like 2012? 2013? 2012? Come on, mind you, we fellow photographers, we share, we bond, we talk on Skype, we do live streams together, we talk about these most important technological things about photography. Our sensors getting better. When Sony came out with mirrorless, Canon was making fun of Sony, saying that they was too early. No, they were not. And look, and now everybody's using mirrorless cameras. Even though mirrorless is not new, it's been out since the 1960s, 70s. It's just been perfected. But anyway, like I said, everyone, these things you didn't know about. We know. We are old school fucking photographers. So he sponsored me and gave me a bunch of filters. So these people are trying to contact him. And Adam and the team are just like, hey man, we could, for the record, some of Maven's filter teams are very good specialists for what they used to do. So be careful, because some of them are military. So, yeah. So be careful. And this is why I'm telling the haters, watch what you pick a fight with. Because you bothered one of my sponsors, he's not that type of person that lets that go. He's the type of person that he will find you. And he has the resources. This is why I was like, why would someone try to attempt? Did they even look at this guy's background before they even started trying to send him harassment emails? I guess you guys are too eager to email to find out who these people are. These people are trying to do good things around the world, and you're trying to destroy something. Like sponsor this channel and sponsoring a houseless, homeless individual and a photographer. They didn't have to do that. See me over $3,000 worth of stuff, and plus send me 2 other products that I cannot talk about right now because I signed an NDA. A prototype of a product that they're working on. 2 of them, actually. I've been playing with it. I can't show you it, but you may have seen hints of it. Just fair warning. But yeah, what company does that? Someway Photo, give me all that stuff. Or JJC, or Craft Geek sending me tripods, or the other tripod company sending me tripods. I had to ask them to stop sending me stuff. And you guys want to contact these people and try to destroy a relationship, all for your own fucking amusement. I don't think that's cool. You're trying to hurt someone's income now. You're trying to hurt someone's, mind you, characteristics, and you're literally trying to destroy someone's personality and someone else's livelihood here. Come on, man. That's not cool. You talk about you guys are big. You trolls talk about you bigger and better. Then listen and do bigger and better. Why would you try to destroy someone that hasn't done any shit to you? I never borrowed money from you. I never fucking stole anything from you. So what's your problem? You just mad because everything I say come out my mouth hurts your feelings. Because you know everything I say is true. Every word that comes into your mouth, I debunk it. People want to know what my problem is? My problem is people. You. Again. Listen. He wants to talk about the 5 years of homelessness, 6 years of homelessness, but he won't talk about the rest of my life before that. That's kind of bullshit to say. That's very, I call that a coward move. Oh, you're going to talk about in my 40s. You're going to talk about my 40 years. Mind you, he's not talking about my years. He's not talking about my year when I was in my 30s, or my decade when I was in my 30s, or my decade when I was in my 20s. No, he wants to talk about the last 5 years you've been homeless. Like, well, we were in a pandemic, bro. I think everybody was homeless during the pandemic. No one was getting food. No one was paying bills. Everyone was starving. A lot of people were homeless, bro. People end up homeless. People end up losing their jobs, their businesses during the pandemic. Right when everything started to open up in late 2023, early 2024. Yes. People lost a lot. And you think I didn't lose anything? I lost opportunities, maybe a job somewhere that I could have been working at. Mind you, because of you trying to go out there and destroy my name. This is why every video that I make, every email that you send, I just keep saving it and just forward it to the right authorities until they keep saying, hey man, we're getting your emails a lot. Wow, this person keeps, mind you, I keep tagging it too. That's the most important part. Tagging it gets their attention. I'm not got nothing afraid to hide. That's the thing that you're afraid of, because you know I'm telling the truth. You know I got nothing to hide. You think if the FBI was to come call me and says, hey, we would like to talk with you at a bureau base down in Manhattan, please, or a Brooklyn office, would you like to come? I'm like, sure. I'll go down there, but would you? No, coward, because you're a coward. But I would, because they want to know, who is this person? Who do you think it is? And they would just say, well, we found out a few things for you. That's all I want them to do. Now, you can take this into legal. You can file a civil suit, or we can press criminal and federal charges. And most likely, that's what they want to do. Press federal legal charges, because you committed, you use it as a device to mind you, as a tool to commit a crime. Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, look at Becky. Dogs of Long Island City. We're not even outside yet. I can't go outside because guess what? I'm using that. So that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sharing about me. I don't care about me having no teeth, me being homeless. Listen, I got a job. That's all that counts until I get another job. So we have 2 more jobs because we had 2 jobs before. Hey, talking here. Like I said, we had 2 jobs before this. But when we had cancer surgery, we lost that jobs. So we got to try to get two better. Mind you, I was laid off on one and then terminated by the other because it's seasonal. So if anybody wants to get to know me, I suggest brush up on your Japanese, your Korean, your Japansei, and speak proper English and know how to write. Because there's a lot of shit talking in the emails, ladies and gentlemen, but no one wants to listen to the guy that's actually storytelling. Like I said, I'm not trying to get your good graces. I'm not. I don't want your good honesty, and I want your human support, your community support. This is what these haters are forgetting. They know that when you give me community support, you give me a new brand. You're just expanding my new family, and they don't want me to expand a family. They don't want you to be part of this family. They want you to separate yourself. They want you to be the enemy. This is why would you want to be my enemy? Because someone told you something? Someone told you something, but you didn't see it. So what evidence is that? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go to Brooklyn. Oh, man, I don't want to go all back out that hotel, man. I couldn't even fucking sleep last night. They fight over fucking beer. And I'm like, this is Brooklyn? Now all the hostels are fucking... Now all the hobos and drunks know about the hostels now. Okay. I guess that's business for the hostel owner. But I didn't know most of the houses, lift the restriction of like no New York policy, because you're not supposed to. If you have a New York City ID, you're not supposed to stay in the hostel because you're a local. But some of these places restrict it. It's the money. They need the money. I don't think it should be about money. It should be about safety too. So if I was traveling back to New York and I was just visiting, and I found out that was a thing, I'd be like, I don't want to stay here anymore then. I only want to stay in hostels because it has kept me from New Yorkers, from trying to steal shit. The only time, and that's the problem that's been going on in every single hostel in New York City, is that now all these people know about these hostels, they think they can stay there, and what they really are doing is trying to steal from these people while they bunk race. This is why I don't share a 5 or 6 dormitory. I always get a 3 or 4 dormitory and a mixed co-op. I always get that. But in order to get a mixed co-op, you got to know ownership. And I tell them, please put another guy in here and put 2 other girls. I don't want all guys. Trust me. I'm like, listen. I know you have you can. This is your you can request that, but they have a right to refuse service too. So keep that in mind. Yeah, in New York City, they have a right to say, okay, if that's the case, then we refuse to serve you. Because they cannot really say if they could accommodate you that way or not. They're not too sure. They could just refuse service. So be aware of that. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm struggling, everybody. I don't even know how I'm going to eat today. I ate last night, thanks to Michael. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for the $7 donation. Yeah, I went to go get the Good to Go. Yeah, Good to Go. I have that app. So if you need to save money, like I'm doing right now, listen, that's a way to save dinner. That's dinner right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not leftover food. It's not trash food. It's regular food, right? That anybody gets. They just have extra of it. So instead of paying for food waste, or throwing the food away, they use Good to Go to get rid of the food. So when you use Good to Go, here's the best part about it. The other customers are spending like $20 on that fucking meal. You only spending $6, $7 on that meal. Not only on that, you getting extra food because they try to pile it up. Yeah, they try to stack it with. See, that's some places. Some places are hit and miss. So if you go to a pastry place, you might get a big bag of pastries. Ooh, and you just spend like $5.99 on a big bag of pastries. But one of those pastries, just one, costs like $3. Think about it. Just one. Or you might get pastries and a fruit basket, like what I used to get from partners. When partners DM me and say, "Hey, Panda, they say they have a bakery basket treat." It would be like, sometimes it'd be like fruits in there. It could be a whole bunch of pastries. That's like $30, $40, $50 worth of food right there. That's free, but sometimes they give bags that way like that. They even have groceries. You can literally schedule a $10 pickup and get like $30 worth of groceries on Good to Go. But I also use Instacart. See, I go Instacart for my shopping because I get a better deal if I want to buy my food direct. Like if I need certain things. But when you buy a grocery bag on Good to Go, it's actually a mystery bag. All the food is supposed to be a mystery bag. So, it's like a surprise bag. So with that said, everyone, I got my cash bag open again, ladies and gentlemen. So, for the last 6 months, everybody, I wasn't able to use my Cash App. Like I said earlier, I borrowed a lot of money from Cash App. That's because we had income. We had a job, we were getting deposits, and they reward you. If you deposit this amount of money, you were able to borrow this amount of money. But I was able to borrow a lot of money because we had a lot of deposits that came in for over the month of time. And now I have to pay that money back. And we just paid it back, everyone. So my Cash App is open, everyone. Yes. I paid the fucking bank back, finally. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that feels good, though. Like, fuck you, banks. You know, fucking bullshit interest rate. Yeah, they charge me the highest interest rate for borrowing money. So this is a lesson about borrowing money from Cash App. Don't do it. Because the interest rate, they fucking butt rape you. They literally butt rape you. Ugh. They're like, pockets are dry. You got a hole in your pocket. You just didn't realize it. You're like, why's my hole got a pocket? Like, that's Cash App. They cut you open, bro. Yo, I swear, Cash App. You guys, I think you guys scam me. That interest rate oh yeah, that was. So yeah, everyone. Yesterday yesterday early morning I got my deposit for my job, right? And the first thing I was like, damn. I thought Cash App was going to take the money. They didn't take it, right? I was like, damn. I could literally, mind you know what I was going to do? I was going to do some sneaky shit. I was going to transfer all the money to my PayPal, right? And I would have, mind you, I could have had all that money right now. I could have been like treating myself to a Japanese dinner right now and live streaming right now. I could have turned my own phone on right now if I wanted to. But nope. Because these motherfuckers, they wanted their money. They was going to freaking, they didn't get their money by, mind you, June 1st, they was going to shut my account down, and they was going to order me, and they was going to literally fucking send my shit to collections, which, mind you, the interest rate for the collection agency is even worse. So, no. They literally threatened me with a letter. Oh, that's what's like, yo, Cash App, you're very threatening. But then again, you know, we needed to man up and just give them the money they deserve. So yeah, they gave the money and plus extra, right, Yuki? Thanks, right? Yeah, and then it wasn't for Phil or Bill or Michael and Yuki, really, I would be in a fucking shithole right now. Yeah, I would really be in a really bad situation right now. It wasn't for those four. Because right now, like, this is the only support I was getting. And I still ain't getting. So, not a lot of support coming in. So, take it with a grain of salt. But at least the Cash App is open, everybody. Yo, your boy Panda is looking for some, good to go. Oh, yeah. Did I take a picture of a good to go? I need to find one. I think I took a picture of a good to go. I don't know, I'm not going to look for it, but I just want to say thank you, everyone. But listen, I don't care if you make fun of me. I don't care if you tease me, you call me a bum. I don't care. What matters is what I'm doing now. And I always have been doing. I'm not a bum. Just people are not being fair. People have bad judgment. People are not doing the right thing. People are not being very observational. People are not doing the right things in the city. That's not my fault. Like I said, I have a work history that will blow every New Yorker out their asshole mind. But people want to criticize every time I go to a job interview, and I hear this, and mind you, you should never hear this at a job interview. You should never hear an employer or someone from HR saying, but why do you want to work here? If you hear that from them, that's discrimination. That is discrimination, everybody. You know how many times I hear that a lot every time I go to a job interview? They look at my resume like, why do you want to work here? I'm like, I say, why do you ask that question? You know it's very discriminatory question. So, and this is why I don't want to work in these places. These people got bad manners and no fucking professionalism. They should know about the human resources guide. If you work in the United States of fucking America, if you haven't read your human resources booklet by now, then you are as fucking dumbass without knowing how many stripes are on an American flag. I guarantee these people don't even know off the fly. I do. 13. There are 13 stripes on an American flag. Now, I guarantee it. You can ask any fucking American this question, like, 8? I'm like, and you call yourself a patriotic? You know how many times I used to do that here? I recently did that to someone on the train the other day. I'm like, dude, you're talking on this shit and blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. How many stripes on the American flag? He told me 9. I was like, yeah, you're dumb. Never mind. He's like, 9? I was like, don't give an answer. I already know it's 13. But this dude doesn't. Fucking dumbass. Let's just show you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just doing what I can. I'm just trying to survive. I ask you, the community. I'm not asking the corrupt government anymore or these seedy fucking politicians anymore. They don't want to help anyway. It's all for them. You are stronger without them. As a community, yes, you are. You're way stronger than the fucking politicians and who runs your city and what you can do to help other people in your country. Support your country. Support your veterans. Support your fucking troops. Don't be like Joshua Jones and disrespect the troops. Because my buddy, he's a Marine. He was about to punch Mr. Joshua Jones in his face. And now that he heard about what you did, he's probably going to come back and want to punch you in the face. So with that said, yeah, you're a bum. You're right, you are a bum. No, you're a bum. See, I'm just partially houseless and homeless. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I just can't afford the fucking money in the city. I can't afford the fucking rent. It is bullshit. I can't, like I said, we just started working again after surgery. Mind you, I just finished recovering. But I'm still not over with recovery. Mind you, I got to see my doctor this week. He's going to be like, how's you been? I'm like, yeah, it's been fucking weird, man. Like, medication is working. I may be feeling it, but it's that time where I need to also check on my IBS issue. Yeah. I haven't been bleeding a lot lately from my stools, everyone, but it shows a little purple, a little bluish. So I have these testings that I use to test if I'm still having IBS issues. And yeah, it's a little there, but it's not as bad as it was before because mind you, I was bleeding from my rectum. It was coming down my leg, the blood. So that's why we've been having difficulties. We got our health issues, we have our problems. So, and then, mind you, I'm still trying to do the best I can. I know, Lord Brian, I know. You see it yourself. But these people don't understand the struggle. They want to make it seem like I'm doing something bad. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just going through a bad time. But I guarantee you, if I was in my 20s and 30s and I saw you and you needed help, I was going to be that guy to give you that money. And I guarantee you be that same person that would never give it back, though. So, and that's what I said earlier to them, Lord Brian, that every rollerblader in New York City that said they hang out with me, then you owe me money. You fucking owe me money. Every time we went to the store, you wanted 25-cent juices or 50-cent sodas. I got you. Get out of here, man. So yeah, Lord Brian, I'm just telling people, I don't care anymore. You can talk about my teeth, you can talk about but you can never talk about how I'm educated. I never did drugs, I've never fucking been a criminal. You can never say I've done drugs, we debunk that shit. You can never say the bad things that you guys are claiming. But you can never prove it for some reason. You keep talking, but you can never prove it. For fucking 3 years, you've been saying, emailing me this nonsense. You said it yourself for the last 5 years. What about the rest of my 42 years? You're not going to count the rest of my 42 years of my fucking life? You're not? You're not going to count all the accomplishments I did in my 30s and 20s, right? and this is why I said people are hypocrites. So are you saying that I don't deserve a second chance? Because maybe this is my second chance, or maybe this is not even my second chance. Maybe this is just my fallout. Because like I said, everyone during the pandemic was fucking homeless. Ain't nobody had money. You were waiting for that government check. That's the problem with you guys. Oh, and that's the problem with you guys. You guys were waiting for that government check. I was spending my savings. I didn't need that fuck. What was it? Well, Brian, what was it? It was a stipend every month. What was it? $600? The $600 unemployment shit. Yeah. See, I couldn't get that during the pandemic because I was in my EEOC. Ah, you see that, everyone? See, like you lucky fuckers were receiving all that. I had to spend money out my fucking pocket. See, out my savings. See, because when I had the EEOCs, I wasn't allowed to collect any unemployment until it was over. And money they gave me back in 2023. This is why we were able to pay off our debts and all our bills and whatever nonsense we had left. And I was able to pay off East bills because they tried to charge our family with it. So for the record, ladies and gentlemen, I won my EEOCs and they gave me that money they owe me through the pandemic. See, I wasn't allowed to collect that unemployment during the pandemic because of my EEOC. So pay attention, fuckers. So who is actually a bum? You are, because you were waiting for that $600. So, yeah. The guy that in the comments previously just left a comment saying I'm a bum, but he's waiting for the $600 unemployment. Well, I'm spending money out my own fucking savings. So, there you go. Now you know where the money came from in 2023. Right on cue, right on cue. So, ladies and gentlemen, think about all the things we have been through. And people want to make these assumptions. Go ahead. Prove it. People, if you're gonna tell a lie to someone, please prove it. Show them pictures or video or something. If you can't prove it, then shut up. Lord Brian said, but it's all good. When I was trying to pay it back, I was, yeah. Yeah, it was basically free money. But some people deserved it, though. See, that's the thing. There were some people that did not deserve it. People like him, the haters. I bet you they received it. I guarantee all you haters that hate it right now, you fucking received your fucking unemployment, little $600 checks and shit. I didn't get a single dime during the pandemic. I had to wait till my EEOC was over. Damn, man. That hurt. But you know what? That's fine. I'm at a naked good time. So I think everything happens for a reason. I think one day I'm going to be blessed with so much money again, that I'm going to make you feel like shit again. You're going to be like, how did this guy get so lucky? It's not luck. It's patience. See, that's what you guys don't have. It's patience. And I have all the patience in the world. Like I said, I don't have family and friends. No one's waiting for me. So I got nothing to wait on, nothing to expect on. So therefore, I can just be patient and wait. You see, that's the benefit of not having anyone in your corner. And maybe that's a good thing, a bad thing to say, because it does sound sad and it does sound powerful, but it does sound fucking really sad. But think about it. I got no one in my corner. I don't have my adopted relatives saying, "Panda, you need money right now?" I'd be like, hell yeah. I can use fucking $2,000 right now. I'm gonna get the fuck out this hotel and go to another place, man. This shit is crazy. But also I need things. I need hygiene stuff now. You know, I need all the things I need. I do run out of stuff, right? I do need to do laundry. I do need to stay punctual. But it wouldn't be too bad to buy groceries today and cook, because they got a fucking kitchen. I don't got no fucking groceries, so I got no money to pay my phone bill. I got no money to buy groceries. And mind you, I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm using that Wi-Fi. Oh, juicy Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm using that Wi-Fi. Lord Brian said, I was the only fool paying my rent during the pandemic. No, you were staying on top of your shit. And that's what most people forgot to do during the pandemic, is staying on top of their A game. And that's why a lot of people went to jail during the pandemic. You see the EBT fraud and the unemployment scams. You guys are going to federal prison. This is why you don't try to scam the government. It's stupid. But yeah, Lord Brian, no, you're not an idiot for like paying your rent. You paid your rent like I did. I was paying my rent at the North Portland Hospital and other people's rent. You remember that? Through the pizza giving out the free weed and the Domino's sponsored the pizza. Yo, Domino's came through that day. I was like, damn, Domino's sponsored this? Like, yo. They reached out, was like, yeah, Panda, we saw your video on this. Yeah, we want to know if we could do help with the situation. I see that they saw a video on Instagram. They saw me paying for other people's hospital fees. So they wanted to reach out and gave me all that fucking free pizza. That was awesome. They should do that again. This time, nah, don't do it here in New York. Because they just waste your food. I'm not kidding. People just pick at it and throw it on the floor. Like, I'd be catching, like, you don't want your vegetables? Yeah, they throw the vegetables. A lot of you New Yorkers don't like your vegetables for some reason. What's up with that shit? But you eat vegetables if you eat a taco. That's crazy weird. But you won't eat your vegetables if you have isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? They eat it when it's a taco, but they won't eat it if it's grilled. Or fucking confusing, isn't it? Oh, in the sushi party, yeah. I forgot about the sushi party we did. Damn, you got a good memory, man. That shit was a lot of money. That sushi party was... But, you know, I want people to feel special. I want them to know, like there's people in the world that actually are not dickheads, man. But thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about the sushi party. Damn. Yeah, well, that was a lot of money. Because that boat was not cheap. Those are good times, Lord Brian. But now, I need some sushi money right now, man. Yo, Lord Brian. Yo, we need to go rob some drug dealers or something, bro. Like Punishers. Take the money, give it to the poor. We keep some for ourselves. But right now, phone and groceries. Yeah, I'll track someone for some... I'll be a vigilante. I leave a note to the NYPD like, listen, I took some of his... I took $125 in drug money, officer. So I think that's fair payment for my vigilante justice duties. P.S. Going grocery shopping. Imagine that. Imagine a note that says all that. That'd be fucking hilarious. And they'd be like, is this a joke? Or like, and P.S. not a joke. Also paying my phone bill. Dude, that would be so funny. But it's so amazing at the same time. Because it'd be in the news too. Because they'd be like, we got a vigilante doing justice but breaking the law, but we're not sure if he's making fun of us or is he joking? Is he for real? I'm like, no. I leave another note. Dead ass, serious. I went to pay my phone bill and bought groceries. Here's the receipt. You can see me in surveillance camera with my ski mask. Can't get my face recognition. That'd be a mystery for a while. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool. But first, we gotta get our health in check. Because doctor appointment this week. But yeah, man. I wanna cook something. They got a nice kitchen, man. I might be able to record the kitchen. But I might not. Because if I record the kitchen, he might match the kitchen with a previous video or another photograph on the website on all these. He'll try to match it to these hotels. So, yeah. He'll try to match it. These people are very fucking hostile and dangerous, everybody, if you're watching this channel. They've been But I'm telling you who I am. I'm not ashamed to ask you for help. I have a job, but it's not enough. So I make these videos, but not really people support it. But I still making these videos to just share you real-time situations. So take it with a grain of salt. But I need to go lose some food, man. I need to either get some groceries or hijack a fucking drug dealer or something, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a rest of the good Saturday. And listen, I'm not here trying to please anyone. I'm not trying to look pretty for no one. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm here trying to survive. If you don't like that idea, then please don't interact with another human being, because they're also trying to survive. But I'll talk to you guys in the next video. You guys want to support? There's a PayPal, Venmo, and now the Cash App is open. Drop those grocery funds in there, baby. This Panda wants to make some food. Oh yeah, Panda wants to make some ramen. And for you guys, I make you guys Korean fried chicken, because we don't eat meat.
Okay, for you chefs out there, I just made some vegan scrambled eggs with veggies. I want you to take a peek. This should be going inside a burrito. Normally, I make this to go inside a burrito. It has vegan Italian sausage, carrots, mushroom, garlic salt, pepper, umami, and the cheese.
Oh shit, yo, I'm telling you folks, listen, if you hire me to cook for you, I guarantee you, I won't disappoint. I promise you, I won't disappoint. You say, yo, Panda, come to my house, cook for me and my wife and my kids. I'm like, bet. You tell me what's in your fridge. I make something really special, and I make you something you probably never had before. You're gonna like, oh my Panda. No, you did not, Panda. I'm gonna kidnap you, put you in my dungeon. You're gonna put me in a dungeon. You're gonna chain me up. And you're gonna show all your friends. Yo, I got a master chef in my house. He's in my basement. I got him locked in there. And they're like, oh, that's you got it. Mind you, I'm like a animal cage in a zoo now. So he brings his neighbors over to see the. Mind you, my animal name is Chef Panda. So, so they got like, look at the chef. That's him. Look at him chained up. Look at him ready to cook. Nah, that should be a funny skit. That should be a funny skit. Oh man, I'm not trying to tease chefs, but you get my point, right? Because I'm gonna make you. If you eat my food like everyone else did, like that. Listen, for some reason I make people happy, but I also make people horny. They eat my food. They just get giggly. Like that last girl, my roommate, she was just like, I swear, I think she was just trying to fuck me. Like, but she's not my type, man. She was nice, you know. She was pushy sometimes, but like, yeah, she's not my type. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I need to go do my civil duties. I need to try to look for some groceries. That means I'm gonna be hopping the train off and on today. Yeah, I'm gonna be see, everyone commits a crime. See, I gotta hop the train. I don't have a train fare. That's the things I'm missing. See, listen, cell phone bill, transportation, groceries. Yeah. So with that said, everyone, wish me luck today. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that's listening. Like I said, I'm not here to try to depress you. Listen, this is just my life now. Before, my life was way much better. And you'll probably be like, wow, your life did change around. Yeah, I'm suffering through mental health problems. I got my own mental issues I gotta deal with. I'm still grieving because I still think about E every fucking day. Every time I wake up, I'm like, man, only if I hadn't eat, yo. She'd have been like, don't worry, it get better. Mind you, she was different. Different from Yuki, too. She didn't have a PhD. She didn't have no fucking big titties or no some big ass. No, she was just a small, normal, Hmong, South Pacific Asian young lady that thought black men were sexy. She thought black men were sexy until black men took her life. Yeah, it wasn't me. It took my baby from me, y'all. She thought black people were sexy. And they got the nerve to treat her like she's part of the pandemic problem. That's what they were saying, like, yeah. So yeah, everyone, I was happy. Yeah, I was happy. I'm not happy anymore. I tried to stay positive. I tried to stay happy. I am happy. I'm happy that people want to support this channel. I'm happy that photography brands want to reach out and give me free products to play around and test out in real world situations. They want to see how rough I can get, and I did get a little rough, Maven filters, just on your products, but forgive me. But this is the best I can do for now. Like I said, this stepping stones you have to go through in order to get to a course or a stage when you play video games and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Wish me luck, and I'll see you guys in the next video.